Hey everybody, what's up? Thanks for watching. Coming to you from inside of Poe Performance today, and for those of you who don't know the backstory, I owned my own gym for 6 years. I did athlete preparation work, strength and conditioning for various athletes of all levels, from 7th grade up to the Division I athletic level, and really loved it. There's a coach and a teacher inside of me, and I think it'll always be there. I had to give it up. You know, I've got a young son that is deep into sports, basketball. I've got a daughter playing college volleyball right now, so I'm busy watching them. So maybe someday down the road I'll start bringing athletes back in and training them again. But that's where this channel started, and I'm passionate about lifting weights. It's what most people call it, working out. I call it training, and the reason is I train for life, and I train to live, and I train to protect life and preserve human life potentially, not just with the pistols, you know, like with the drills you've seen, but you know, hand-to-hand type things. I've trained some Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you know, some kickboxing, some regular boxing, and you know, all of those are applicable. Obviously, if somebody gets in your face and you can't, it's not justifiable to pull a weapon, or you can't get a weapon out. You know, you may have to go to work with what you've got, you know, what God gave you, you know, your hands and your feet. So it brings me to my point of today's video: train when you don't want to. Yesterday was 91 degrees and very humid here in northern Indiana, and today, I'm not kidding you, it was 63 for a high. It was overcast, big pressure change, so my sinuses are a wreck. My head feels horrible right now. I actually feel somewhat dizzy, lightheaded. I'm not sick. I know what it is. It's sinus issues, and I tend to get that when we get a really low pressure system, you know, low to high or high to low changes. But I'm in my gym anyway, and I'm not doing this video to brag. It's not out of arrogance or anything else, but I don't feel like training tonight. But let me tell you something. If somebody ever came into my home, or you know, I had to fight someone on the street to protect my family or my own life, again, hand to hand, I may not feel like fighting for my life either, but I train for life and I train to live. So here I am. I'm going to go through my workout. I'm going to work extra hard because I don't feel like it. I'm going to really push myself because I think it's going to make me actually feel better when I do. Now, one caveat to that is you have to be careful. There are times where you don't feel like training and you shouldn't train. You have to pay attention to your own biological feedback, that own biofeedback, and auto-regulate your workouts and what you need to do based on, you know, stresses in life and that type of thing, physical, mental, emotional stress. It will play a role in your workouts, but this is nothing more than a sinus problem, and I'm going to get some blood flowing, and I'm going to knock it right out of my head. Train when you don't feel like it. Crazy. No whining. Alright guys. Had no idea what I was going to do with those squats when I started. That was a safety bar squat. If you've never seen it, it's totally different than barbell. When you take out the grip portion and creating this triangle from the neck to elbow to hand on each side, that helps control the bar in a regular squat. You go to the safety bar where you're in tight and tucked, you get a ton of midsection work, a ton of core work. I hate that word core. a lot of torso work and upper back work, and you do way less weight than you would otherwise. So I worked up to 285 for a single there. Not my best, not a world beater squat, but listen, I don't feel like being in here tonight. And I'll tell you what, I knew I would. I'm starting to feel better already just by coming in and working through the sinus problem. For any of you who have chronic sinus issues, you understand. It stinks, it's no fun. But I found that working through it is like a medicine. We'll go ahead and turn this down even a little bit more with the remote. You think a downbeat song like that's not good for training, but listen, we're never gonna survive unless we get a little crazy. I love it, words to live by. Kind of a little quick mini rant here. We're gonna talk about all of you guys out there who carry guns. You want to call yourself sheepdogs. You want to pretend as though you can fight 95% of the population in the out of shape condition that you're in. And I got news for you. You won't and you can't. I've heard guys say, I'd love to carry appendix, but this spare tire up here, then lose a spare tire. If you truly want to carry appendix, if that's what you desire to do, then get off your butt, push back from the table now and then, and work and get it done, guys. Get it done. Train when you don't want to, because you might have to defend your life someday when you don't want to.